C-Class from £329 per month.
Kenco are helping young people stay out of gangs by training them as coffee farmers. Follow their story at coffeeversusgangs.com.
In Forever Sports this month, the secret of Rory McIlroy's transformation: get fit like a ninja and flatmates from hell. With sports, fitness, lifestyle and more, up your game with Forever Sports. Out now.
Wrap up in something stylish with 25% off all two clothing. Sainsbury's. Live well for less.
Everything was a lie! My life was a lie!
Reddington, he's not who you think.
Now it begins.
The Blacklist. New series starts Friday, 3rd of October on Sky Living HD. Series 1 on demand now.
You're watching Sky Sports 5, your new home of European football.
Sponsored by Bet365.
The Real Madrid goal-scoring machine is back in full swing. 5 goals in the Champions League, then an 8-goal super show against Deportivo has lifted the gloom around the Bernabeu. And they'll be expecting more of the same tonight. Elche are their opponents, a side who have never beaten Real in 20 visits to the Bernabeu. Real Madrid against Elche kicks off for week 5 of La Liga. We are live here on Sky Sports 5. So this is how the table looks. Elche have had a mixed start to their campaign. They lost 2-0 at home to newly promoted Eibar in their last game and currently sit in 13th position with 4 points. And so too have Real Madrid. Los Blancos have won 2 and lost 2. 4 games in, they are 6 points off the early pace-setters Barcelona. Well, what a difference a week makes. Defeat to neighbours Atletico made it Real's worst start in 9 years. Since then, however, 2 massive wins and 13 goals in the process. Joining me to see if they can continue that goal-scoring form tonight is Ozzy Ardiles. Ozzy, have Real turned a corner, do you think, in the last 2 games, or do we need to see a little bit more before we pass judgment?
Yes, no, not necessarily. We need to see them in a lot of more difficult games. Today, I believe it's going to be, I mean, you have seen the Bernabeu, how it's going to be absolutely wonderful to play there. I think today is going to be a kind of wonderful exhibition of attacking football from Real Madrid. So I expect a lot of goals from them. But they still have to resolve the position that Alonso left in the middle of the field.
Absolutely. Offensively, certainly things seem to be working. At the other end, they've conceded 8 in 4 games, which is the joint 4th worst in La Liga. It's the same as Elche. There's plenty of room for improvement.
Yes, certainly. And this is why, at the end of the day, Casillas has paid the price. It's dropped for this game. Ancelotti will say it's a normal rotation, but I think it's actually he has been dropped. So Casillas has paid the price of not a very good start of the season from the defensive point of view.
It is a big decision. It's happened before, of course, last year with Diego Lopez as well. But has he been made an unfair scapegoat for the defending?
Maybe, but we have to say that Casillas they used to call him the best goalkeeper ever for Real Madrid, the best goalkeeper Spain ever had. So, but he's not in that pedestal anymore. He had a very poor World Cup and he's not playing particularly well for Real Madrid. This is why he lost his place last year, and Diego Lopez played the majority of the games.
The flip side, of course, is it's a great opportunity for Keylor Navas. He makes his debut for Real Madrid today. If he does well, it's hard to see how they can leave him out in the next game, isn't it?
Well, this is a very nice problem that Ancelotti would like to have, to decide between Casillas and Navas, and of course he will be praying that Navas do actually very, very well. And I think he will, because he's a wonderful goalkeeper.
How much do the centre-backs have to step up as well? It's going to be Ramos and Varane today.
Yes. It's not so much I mean, Sergio Ramos is an international player, is super quality. The problem is whoever is sitting in front of him to cover because Alonso moved to Bayern Munich, and to cover his position has been very, very difficult for Real Madrid. Today, Illarramendi is going to play there, and for me, of all the players that they have in midfield, he's the more suited to do this job. So we will see what happens today.
Yes, 4 changes for Real. Navas, Carvajal, Illarramendi and Isco in. Casillas, Contrao, Arbeloa and Benzema out. This is the Elche side. 4 changes for them as well. They had a very disappointing loss home against Eibar in their last game. What are their main goals this year? Simply to stay up in La Liga?
And a surprising loss, the last one. Yes, certainly. Survival is the name of the game. The manager, Escribá, has said that last season they played very well in the Bernabeu and they lost 3-0. So this is more to give you an indication what they're expecting. A draw is going to be an enormous, incredible achievement for them, but I don't expect that to happen.
They actually scored the least goals in La Liga last season, 30. If they don't improve that, can you see them staying up?
Well, it's going to be there. At the end of the day, if you are fighting relegation, basically you have to found 3 teams worse than your team. That's the only reason. That's the only thought that you have in your mind. So I think that there are some other teams that they are not as good as Elche. So I think they will survive at the end of the season.
This is already a big game for Real. It's September, I know, but 6 points off Barcelona already?
Already, yes. Well, every game for Real Madrid is a big game. It's always a lot of something happen. Always is something happening in the Bernabeu. And today, everybody expecting, all the people in the Bernabeu expecting not only to win, but to win very, very convincingly. They're waiting, expecting at least a difference of 3 or 4 goals. It's always a lot of pressure on the players.
Well, expectations certainly high after the last 2 games. Let's hand you over to Harry Gibson and Rob Palmer.
Ancelotti has gone for an experimental Real Madrid team tonight. The game's coming thick and fast in La Liga, a rare midweek round of matches. Of course, the Champions League last week and next week. So a chance for Ancelotti to see how some of the players who've been on the fringe of the starting 11 will fare tonight. The likes of Illarramendi and Isco getting a start and a debuting goal. I'm sure you've heard it by now for Keylor Navas, the Costa Rican keeper who takes the place of Iker Casillas. That's been the one that's been grabbing the headlines. The question is, Terry, is a goalkeeper going to be necessary against little Elche tonight?
Well, I hope so. I hope that Elche are going to make a competitive affair out of it. 2 tight games last season, particularly the one Real Madrid played at Elche. It was a 96-minute penalty, controversial penalty, which was the decider between the 2 teams, and a 2-1 victory for Real Madrid. They won 3-0 at home. I do feel a little bit for Elche. The first 2 out of the first 3 away games of the season have been away to Barcelona in the opening one, and then away to Real Madrid.
Well, they have rested some of the big names tonight. Iker Casillas, Pepe, Luka Modric is on the bench. Benzema is given a break as well. Ronaldo's fit, so he starts, of course. Ronaldo, by the way, is hoping to keep up a record of scoring in the last 12 matches at home in the Bernabeu. He did score a couple against Elche last season. Elche as well have made 4 changes in the team tonight. Very few names that you would recognise, a lot of players who've been knocking around the European leagues. As you mentioned, Terry, as well, a couple of veterans in defence, in Pellegrin, who's 35, the oldest man in the squad, and the full-back is just behind him, almost 35.
Certainly an exciting line-up from Ancelotti this evening. The holding midfield player, and Toni Kroos, Isco, James Rodriguez, rotating positions behind Gareth Bale and Cristiano Ronaldo. I believe are going to be playing as a twin strike force.
It's a very young Real Madrid team as well. We were just checking, there's another player over the age of 29 in the team. Cristiano Ronaldo is the senior star. Ancelotti may be having a little peek into the future in the club. come into this game on the back of their best ever away result at the weekend, of course, when they scored 8 against Deportiva, the first time they've ever done that on their travels. Now back to James. There's Cruz, who's playing a more attacking role tonight, which will suit him, to Isco. Cruz again. Maybe he'll feel that he's let off the leash a little bit tonight, the German. Carvalho has lost his man. There was a little setback there on Corominas, and the yellow card is going to follow.
That was promising, wasn't it, from Elche's point of view? Ball exclusively with Real Madrid for the opening 3 minutes of the game. Then a quick counter-attack, Jonathan releasing Corominas. Carvalho judged to have fouled the Elche striker. One or two appeals there from Elche players, wishful thinking, I think, that it might be more than the yellow card. I think there's enough players covering round, wasn't there? Danny Carvajal on the challenge against Coro.
Referee tonight is Senor Clos Gomez. The officials played a big part when these sides played last year. Real Madrid against Elche won the game. Dramatically in the 96th minute of the match. That was away from home. Could be an early test of the new Real Madrid keeper.
He's a free kick specialist, Albacar.
And not exactly passing with flying colours, Navas, but even though he's played in the World Cup finals and 58 times for his country, you're still going to be a bit nervous when you pull on the shirt of Real Madrid for the first time. And you're replacing a legend.
Of course, and to be fair to him, there was a slight nick off the ball there, wasn't there, from the attempt from Edu Albacar.
There's Marcelo, who keeps his place in the team. Gareth Bale, when he used to be a left-back. Man for all positions now. Marcelo. Nice one in, and an interception from Pellegrini. They've swapped their keepers as well tonight, Elche. Manuel Herrera, who was the first choice last season, comes in for the Polish international Titon. Laramendi going away on a soft free kick.
Into back at Gary Rodriguez, and the Titan come with some criticism from his own supporters at the weekend.
Fran Escrit there is the coach of Elche. The club president, Jose Sepulcre, was saying that he believes he'll be managing a top 4 team one day. I don't think he was suggesting that Elche would be a top 4 team. Comes off his line, always convincing of clearances. Ronaldo.
Not so sure why Manuel Herrera felt the need to clear that. Could have picked it up as it just came to him in the box.
Ramos to Marcelo. Isco. Laramendi, good chance for him to show his talents tonight. He's not got much playing time this season. Little teaser, easy header out for Lombard. Ronaldo. James Rodriguez. Marcelo. Real Madrid had to fight against tonight his complacency with so many games in such a short space of time.
So a foul for this guy down, Adrian. I think that you're exactly right, but I think the way that Ancelotti's made those changes, there's a few players tonight looking to prove a point and a case towards being a regular fixture in this starting 11 for Real Madrid. Ancelotti's still searching for the right balance, isn't he, between attack and defence. It took him a while last season, but he eventually got there with the change of position from Angel Di Maria into midfield. Madrid trying to win the ball back high up the pitch. It's not the first time tonight we've seen them give away a foul in an attempt to press, put Elche under immediate pressure.
Well, Escribá has had 8 ever-presents in his team this season. He's lost one of them in the goalkeeper Titan tonight, but doesn't have a great deal of room to swap and change his players. It's a tight little squad. They operate on a tiny budget in comparison to Real Madrid. There goes Cristiano Ronaldo in full flight. Back to Cruz. Well, he's claiming it took a deflection.
There's 3 Real Madrid players all claiming that. I think by the way that the ball does move, does spin a little bit. It feels there was a deflection.
Well, James got off the mark, and of course Chicharito came on and scored a couple of great goals at the weekend. Cruz is yet to get a goal-scoring mark against his name. Still early days, experimental for Ancelotti. He knows the talents of the players available to him, but it's a case of finding the right cocktail. Isco. Now Marcelo. Illaramendi. Carvajal. Game of patience being played by Real Madrid. They know whoever they come up against will pack the defence. Off the potential supply line to goals. In fact, Deportivo the other night managed to hold Real until the 29th minute, and then the goals flowed, and they scored the 8. Isco does well, brilliantly, to keep it in play, up to a point.
Round of applause as well, a popular player here at the Bernabeu. It's unlucky there, showed good endeavour. I'm not sure that skill was a skill from Isco. Well, many cases where you're not sure, not because he's such a talented, skillful footballer, but I think he genuinely trod on the ball there. But the home supporters liked his attitude. Again, another player that hasn't had an awful lot of playing time this season, a point to prove to Ancelotti.
Much is made of Barcelona's reliance on youth, but you look at this Real Madrid team tonight, and they have Varane, who's 21 years of age, Illaramendi 24, Isco 22 years of age. Even Gareth Bale is only 25. James Rodriguez, big reputation, big fee, but he's still only 23. So half the team is effectively a Real Madrid under-23 side.
Yep, Dani Carvajal's only 22 as well, so it is an exciting line-up from Ancelotti. It's a rather small squad now, isn't it? So he's going to rely heavily on these young players that have been fringe players. I'm delighted to see Illaramendi get the start tonight.
Ramos trying to catch the eye of defenders. Cristiano Ronaldo doing a lot of dancing. James follows the 6-yard box, and here's the 2 centre-halves of Real Madrid who are fighting each other to get to the ball there. Ramos and Varane on his shoulder.
Sergio Ramos doesn't care who is in his way, does he? And Pellegrini there, paying close attention to Ronaldo.
There is Ramos. Illaramendi. Isco. Cristiano Ronaldo. Illaramendi. Nice little flip through. Arms up, flag up.
High pressure being applied by Real Madrid. Ronaldo just straying offside. You can see Illaramendi, a holding midfield player, he's playing alongside Toni Kroos in this system. Not afraid to get forward there and win the ball back quickly. It is a feature of the game and the performance of Real Madrid so far.
Ball through Marcelo with a, well, he will claim a tidy interception. Certainly wrong-footed his goalkeeper.
But Marcelo's heart skipped a beat, so did Kane and Navas as well. Gary Rodriguez, who's making good strides down the right flank. Victor Rodriguez trying to find him with the pass. So you expect them to really come alive at set pieces, Elche. In terms of scoring opportunities, as I've already mentioned, the left-footed Edu Albacar is a really good technician at set pieces.
Albacar takes the low route. Well, it's a clever routine this from Elche. Ramos to Ronaldo. And there was a high boot in there. And the referee silences the Bernabeu by giving a penalty.
It did appear immediately on first viewing that both players' foot was raised.
Utter disbelief from the Real Madrid defenders. We said there was a high boot. Referee saw something immediately and nonchalantly pointed to the penalty spot.
First of all, it was a really well-rehearsed set piece. Ronaldo controls it and he's fine. He just goes to clear it.
Ronaldo surely was trying to clear the ball. I have to say, one of the most bizarre penalties I've seen in a long time. There wasn't even, well, there was an appeal eventually, but a very bizarre penalty. And a very brave decision by the referee to give that at the Bernabeu. It's the skipper, Edu Albacar. Albacar surprises Spanish football by giving Elche a lead at the Estadio Bernabeu.
He makes no mistake, does he? I talked about taking all the set pieces, the corners. He does score a goal or two from a set piece, but this time he steps up from the penalty spot. Controversial decision. It's one that might antagonise Real Madrid into a performance. As Elche dare to take a one-goal lead. It will certainly boost their confidence and morale as well. It's a really good penalty, isn't it? No chance for Keylor Navas. Plenty of power on that. The accuracy was good. Far too much power on it for Keylor Navas to make the save. Morale would have been low from Elche after the home 2-0 defeat against Eibar. And that will certainly give them a boost. In fairness, they've looked threatening on one or two occasions, haven't they? From a set piece, it was a well-rehearsed set piece that eventually led to the controversial penalty.
Well, they're taking the game to Real Madrid here. They're looking for a sharp second. Marcelo with a terrible tackle. Now, big decision for the referee here. Was that in or out? Yellow card to Marcelo, and Rodriguez claiming that the foul took place on the white line.
Well, I thought it took place outside, but Rodriguez falls a long way inside the box.
He did. The initial challenge was a good 3 or 4 footsteps outside.
Well, he misses on the first one. I'd like to look again at another angle because I immediately thought he was outside the box, but he misses with the first. But there he catches him with the training leg. That angled passing behind the fullbacks is causing Real Madrid a real problem with the pace of Gary Rodriguez on the right, Victor Rodriguez on the left. Already seen him work a well-rehearsed set piece from a corner. This does set up perfectly here to Albacar, the left back, maybe for a second goal at the Bernabeu. I can imagine this is going to be a shooting opportunity. They're not taking as much care on those straight lines anymore, are they, with those sprays?
Edu Albacar seeking his second goal of the game. Albacar's free kick. Oof. Whizzed past the face of goal. Real Madrid really going to have to wake themselves up here.
Yep, they started brightly. They've been knocked out their stride by conceding that penalty in the first goal. It's one of those attempts there where Edu Albacar is going for power, he's going for goal, but at the same time hoping that a teammate might get across and get a touch to it as well.
Well, to put it into context, what a potential shock we have here. Elche have visited the Bernabeu on 20 previous occasions. They've never won. They've been defeated 17 times. They've managed 3 draws. And on average, they've conceded almost 4 goals a game in the previous visits.
Certainly won't be any panic from Carlo Ancelotti yet, but he won't like what he's seen from his team since they conceded that goal. Passing is inaccurate.
The camera catching Florentine Perez in the chairman's, or the presidency, shall I say, came in for a fair amount of stick yesterday. They had a club meeting to discuss the naming rights to the stadium. One of the problems for Florentino is that he's fallen out with the ultras, the vociferous supporters of Real Madrid. Maybe that's one of the reasons it's a little subdued here tonight as well. All feels a little bit routine.
It's interesting there, Rob, as well, that Real Madrid conceded a goal. Whenever they've done that this season, the TV cameras focused on Keylor Navas on the bench, as if to pin the blame on Iker Casillas. Real Madrid conceded a goal tonight. Of course, it's not Keylor Navas' fault. He's conceded from a penalty, but we didn't see a clip of Iker Casillas.
You made it. I guarantee you will do the first time that Navas makes a save. And they teach you that at director school, Terry. It's Callahan. Now James. Good cross by him. Oh, the goalkeeper let slip. And Bale brings Real Madrid back into the game. A lead that lasted for Elche for barely 4 minutes.
Yep, I said there'd be no panic from Real Madrid, and so there shouldn't be. Bale and Ronaldo starting up front, given licence to drift about from right to left, drop deep, running behind. James Rodriguez with a delightful cross in towards the near post. Gareth Bale, type of run that he likes to make in this new position, gets across the defender Pellegrini at the near post. It's an excellent header as well. Knows exactly what he's got to get on it to glance it towards goal. Great reflexes from the goalkeeper, Manu Herrera.
Well, it was suggested that Real Madrid were playing it without a centre forward tonight because Benzema is on the bench. But you look at Gareth Bale, it's his 5th goal of the season. It's his 5th goal in 5 games. This season, Terry, of course, if you discount the European Super Cup, they've yet to keep a clean sheet. Mendy, this is his step, and it's a poor pass from Jonatas. And Navas comes off his line, keeps himself busy.
That was important, though, wasn't it, to reply so quickly. Madrid. The supporters are back on track again now, aren't they, making some noise.
Carvajal fires in the goalkeeper uncertain again. On bound to the rescue. It's taken almost a quarter of the game for Real Madrid to get into their rhythm and the fans to find their voice. What chance Elche scoring a second? They've managed more than 2 goals, or should I say even 2 goals, only once since February. That was when they came to the city of Madrid a couple of weeks ago and scored 3 against Rayo Vallecano. Before that, they'd all been singles away from home. Marcelo. Bale. Isco. Dances with the defenders, draws 2. Can he get the cross in? A team who are in the bottom third of the table, Elche. Just 1 win so far this season, but they do like to stick to these footballing principles. Now stands his ground and wins the free kick.
I've been impressed with what I've seen so far. They've got pace down the flanks, and Jonatas looks like good signing for the club. Big, powerful centre forward with pace as well. It's clear. So Escribá he needed to try and get some goals into this team. 30 goals last season was. It's impressive that they managed to stay up, scoring only that total.
In all competitions, they managed 32 goals. All competitions, Cristiano Ronaldo last season managed 51 goals. He scored a goal more than the whole team in La Liga as well.
And he only played 30 games in La Liga.
Good point. Here's Marcelo. Isco to Marcelo. He's leading with the shoulder there, and the ironic calls for a penalty from the Real Madrid supporters.
He just did enough, didn't he, there to impede David Lomban. Home supporters not impressed with the refereeing performance so far. He picked up a shoulder injury with a collision from Ronaldo. Certainly came off second best there, didn't he? And Ronaldo didn't flinch.
Well, they're warming up the goalkeeper, Titon. I just wonder if the medical man is saying, you let another one in like that and you're coming off. He was very slow to react, Manu Herrera, to that Real Madrid goal. Titon is an experienced keeper on loan from PSV Eindhoven. I suppose he's kind of following in the footsteps of his hero, Jerzy Dudek, who came to play in Spanish football, of course, at Real Madrid. Just starting off with Feyenoord.
I must admit, Rob, when I saw the changes that Fran Escribá made for tonight's team, I thought he had one eye on the next fixture, which is home against Celta Vigo at the weekend. Perhaps it was one of those coaches that thought that was a more winnable game. Rest one or two players, because he's rested one or two important players as well. Particularly Enzo Rojo, the Chilean central defender, who's an impressive start to the season.
Ronaldo inside to Isco.
An impressive start to the game for Elche. Listen, they might still get beat 5-1, but at least they're having a go and they're taking the game to Real Madrid.
Marcelo. There was a leg left in there, and the referee has given his second controversial penalty of the game.
I think it is similar circumstances where the player goes to clear the ball. It's a soft penalty, isn't it?
Well, it's a very new interpretation for me, Terry. It feels tonight like tackling has been outlawed in the penalty area by Senor Clos Gomez.
It's Pedro Mosquera for the clearance. I'm not sure if there was any contact. I'm not sure if it's a foul. Maybe a chance there to even things up, I think, from the referee. A bit too obvious, though, I think, if he's going to do that.
Well, it's a gift for Cristiano Ronaldo, which is gleefully accepted.
Goalkeeper trying his best to put Ronaldo off, didn't he? Moving across the line. Ronaldo could have told him exactly where he was going to put that, and the goalkeeper wouldn't have saved it with that power right into the top corner. There's no room for error there from Cristiano Ronaldo. For a split second, I thought he was going to miss the target. He should have known better.
Well, Messi missed the target with the penalty last week, but Ronaldo not following suit. Interesting goalkeeping tactics. Precise, to the point from Cristiano Ronaldo. His 6th La Liga goal of the season, his 9th in all competitions. In 13 home games in a row, he's now scored for Real Madrid.
sure quite know what to say on the replay there. Hence the silence. Both decisions have been strange. I kind of understood the Ronaldo one because controlling his style, he went to kick it and he kind of volleyed the player, didn't he, into the leg. I'm trying to understand it, but I can see. But that one there didn't appear to be any contact at all. In fairness to Ronaldo, he was just trying to hook the ball clear. He wasn't trying to kick the player. The player nipped in, got in between Ronaldo on the ball, and the second decision. It's a little bit of a mystery.
I've got full respect for anybody that dons the watch, brings out the whistle and officiates a game. I've seen the referees examine 2 occasions. And they tell you it all comes down to interpretation, but that was a different refereeing language, both of those penalties, to the one that I was taught. And the laws of nature in football tell you that things even themselves up over the season. Well, those 2 decisions were evened up in the space of 13 minutes. Here's Isco. Defenders now don't make a challenge in the penalty area.
That doesn't matter, does it? Even if there isn't a challenge.
Cruz with the corner. Ronaldo leaps highest.
Into the near post again. Slight contact from Ronaldo.
30 minutes gone in what is the start of round 5 of La Liga. Things beginning to take shape. Big win for the Real Madrid players at the weekend. They can close the gap on Barcelona, but a tough midweek game. They go down to the Costa del Sol to take on Malaga in the late game on Wednesday night. Eager to turn that superior possession into a few more goals.
They're out of the way, aren't they? The supporters around Madrid tonight to encourage Mendy.
Kamala to Gareth Bale. This is James. Isco. Marcelo hits it in towards Ronaldo! Does he love scoring goals?
Again, it's a wonderful header. Good football from Real Madrid as well. Any cross into the box is really causing that player, David Lomban, a problem. Central defensive partner, Pellegrin. His appetite to score goals is just unbelievable. Bell gets the first one, Ronaldo gets the next 2. Normal service resumed here at the Bernabeu. Look at the leap.
Powerful header.
And the leap as well.
He did the same, and then it was a Deportivo La Coruña at the weekend, scored from 11, 12 yards out. There's full power behind it. We know of his immense talent with his dribbling and his shooting and his trickery. But I would argue it's the best header of the ball in world football as well.
I kind of forget seeing Bale and Ronaldo play up front tonight. Something I've been talking about for a little while. They both score good headers. It's the last thing you identify in terms of talent and skill with Gareth Bale and Cristiano Ronaldo. So many fantastic attributes. But they're both decent size. They're fantastic athletes. Gareth Bale with a glancing header. Ronaldo with a powerful header.
Madrid tonight. Worked well against Deportivo. He started scoring around the same point in the game, and then, of course, hit Depor for 8. That was away from home. Back of the mind is that away game against Real Sociedad, where they had an early lead and ended up losing by 4 goals to 2.
Jonathan is a big lad, doesn't he? Trample all over the back of Carvajal. Actually, in fairness to him, keeps his foot out the way, doesn't he? It's the knee into the back of Danny Carvajal.
Isco. Ronaldo.
Another hat-trick could be on the cards for Cristiano Ronaldo, I'd imagine.
Well, we know that he's scored 24 for Real Madrid. He scored 20 in La Liga. He's got his own personal file on Cristiano Ronaldo goals.
It changes by the minute, though. He's already in double figures now for this season.
Goals, 9 starts so far. Ramos goes to win the ball cleanly, picked up by Illarramendi. Ronaldo gets into his stride. Slow, quick, slow again. Cruz leaves it for Bale. Bale itching to get it onto his left foot. And his mind's eye, he knew what he was going to do. So it's Hamas, isn't it, who got the ball there. He's played that role of Bale tonight, isn't it, the roaming role?
Yeah, I think it's really exciting to see Real Madrid play like this. And look at Barcelona and the way that their players rotate. Messi drops deep, he's on the right, he's on the left. I think a similar setup could be the case for Ancelotti's Real Madrid with Bale, Ronaldo, James Rodriguez, Isco's in the team as well tonight. On top of that, the wonderful talent that those 4 players possess, then there's great possibilities for Real Madrid.
Let's go to Marcelo. Ronaldo. And a nudge in the back. On this go, this could be Ronaldo range.
Rodriguez. Let's go. The referee gets that one right.
He's looking to take home the hat-trick ball. With only 36 minutes on the clock. It's Ronaldo. It's boxed out by Manu Herrera. Jonathan. Cruz is back, aiding his defence. Rodriguez. And mopped up by Real Madrid. Take a bit of a gamble here and Elche, throwing bodies forward. Ronaldo. Precise inside to Isco. Needed the block. Ronaldo spots James. Well, he's lonesome at the back post. And Cruz, top save. Fine, flamboyant football from Real Madrid.
Yep, Illarramendi there, the holding midfield player, staying in his position, but the rest of the players allowed to roam freely.
Varane to Ramos. Let's go. Telegraphs his intentions. Varane. Let's go to James Rodriguez. Ronaldo. James. Wide to Marcelo. do seem to have got into their stride now after a stuttering start. Carvajal. Ronaldo. Simple take for Herrera.
They had a decent start to the game, Real Madrid. I think they just lost their way. Was stunned, weren't they, after conceding that penalty? See a good layout from James Rodriguez. A fine attempt from Toni Kroos and a good save from Mano Herrera.
Moved awkwardly in the air, that one. Swerved and dipped. It doesn't matter how you keep them out as long as you keep them out. Here's Carvajal. Iker Casillas, it's taken us almost 40 minutes to get our first cutaway of the keeper who's left in the shadows tonight. Jonathan makes his move on this near side of the field. He lost sight of it. Elche claiming that the French defender had used his arms. The referee saw nothing wrong. Of course, Terry Gibson telling me we had 10 days of continuous La Liga football at the moment. Barcelona involved on Wednesday night. That's the second match after Almeria take on Atletico Madrid. Barcelona down in the Costa del Sol. Should have a lot of the English expats in the stadium for that one. On Thursday, Valencia Cordoba, that's a 9 o'clock kickoff. And of course, everything these days on Sky Sports 5. Referee got it right, didn't he, Terry? Or did he?
Not convinced. Just going to make the point, though, how impressed I have been with Gary Rodriguez, the player that's playing on the right wing for Elche, really giving Marcelo a tough time. Only 23 years old. 600,000 for him from Levski Sofia in January. Didn't make much impact last season. He's been really playing well tonight, really enhancing his reputation with a really good performance so far this evening.
Elche, the kind of club who try to sign players, give them a little bit of a shine and sell them on. Carlos Sanchez left in the summer for around €5 million to Aston Villa. They've loaned 3 players out. They managed to sign half a dozen players for about 600,000 in total. They do with a cross. Varane with a comfortable clearance. James to Cruz. The new boys combine. James comes away with the ball. Aims to go down the centre to Gareth Bale, who is in that centre forwards position at the moment. Who was signed as the long-term replacement for Xabi Alonso. Nobody quite expected Alonso to leave Real Madrid quite so quickly. Almost an overnight flip, but the other former Real Sociedad player gets his chance in that holding midfield role. Stylish defending. Ramos to Marcelo. Ronaldo. Cruz. James. Carvajal on this near side of the field. That right back position is up for grabs. He's been in a job share this season with Alvaro Arbeloa. Carvajal did recently win his first cap for the Spanish national team against France. chance of a run up here for Hammers. Carries it right across the 6. Sergio Ramos at the head of the queue, and he'll know that he really should have done better, having got ahead of everybody else there.
Gets good movement from Ramos. Into his right. Quick dart to the left. Completely loses his defender. Over the side of the goalkeeper from that distance. We'll see it in the back of the net. It's funny how we perceive, Ramendi. I think most people in general still talking about him being a young player. It's the same age as Toni Kroos. He's 24 years old, but we do perceive Toni Kroos, World Cup winner, a regular in the Bayern Munich team for a number of years. So again, just another example of the youth in the Real Madrid setup tonight. One player you assume is older than 24, one you assume is younger, and that's the midfield partnership tonight.
The final 30 seconds now of the first half. First half which has been marked out by a couple of interesting decisions. Interesting to hear Ozzy Ardila's interpretation. Referees decisions. See if he agrees with Terry. Just a single minute of time added to the first half. Carvajal. Nice ball, Marcelo created the last goal. And also, of course, won Real Madrid the penalty, being one of their best attacking players tonight. Has squeezed a corner.
You can see it's looking on. I guess we'll have to wait till the weekend, won't we, for the game at Real to see whether it's just rotation. There's a change of goalkeeper, long term now, Real Madrid.
Loses corner, put away by Albacar. Rodriguez was a little over-eager in the challenge. Some of the final play in the first half. Marcelo steals a yard or two. Ronaldo, I just love the way that he rises. Got the spring of a ballet dancer, hasn't he? He's got the finishing ability of virtually nobody else. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 2 first half goals. He's on a hat-trick now. That after Elche took the lead through a controversially given penalty tucked away by Edu Albacar. Gareth Bale on the score sheet as well. Half-time score at the Bernabeu, Real Madrid 3, Elche 1.
So the goals keep flowing for Real Madrid. 13 in the last 2 games, 3 so far at half-time against Elche. It's not to say they've had everything their own way, though. The thoughts of Ozzy after the break. It was a nightmare start for the home side when Elche scored a penalty after 14 minutes. But since then, normal service very much resumed.
Sponsored by Bet365.
Sophie.
Hello. The new Ford EcoSport, the compact SUV featuring sync with voice control to help you go further. Available from £179 per month.
thinks she's found the one. They've just been on holiday together in Cancun. It was unforgettable. All her friends approve. A few are even a tad jealous. Kate and her satchel, with up to 60% off. They just look so good together. Another perfect match made by bespokeoffers.co.uk.
Premier Kinetic from Seiko.
Welcome to the world of Bet365, the land of the in-play. It's a world where you can watch as much live streaming as your eyeballs can handle. Oh, tasty. It's a place where you can cash out on your bet before the game's even done. It's no wonder Bet365 is the world's favourite online sports betting company.